Yo, dudes, the Empire's pretty chill. Maybe you could, like, join it or something.
Everyone, Lucimus Prime here, so it's time for the next episode of Movie Didn't Need a Sequel, and today guys, I'm going to be covering probably another really big example I can say of a film that did not need any sequels in any form or fashion whatsoever, and this is also an example guys of a movie which in my opinion should have only worked at best as just one movie alone, as like one standalone movie. And this movie, guys, is for none other than 1975's Jaws. So, yeah, now, so to summarize what I think of this movie, guys, I really adore this movie, and I consider it to be a phenomenal masterpiece. One of the greatest works of one of my favorite directors of all time, Steven Spielberg, and it has an amazing cast of people like Roy Schneider, rest in peace, as Chief Martin Brody, my favorite character of the Jaws franchise, Robert Shaw, rest in peace, as Quint, Richard Dreyfuss as Matt Hooper, Lorraine Gary as Ellen Brody, and also as well, definitely as well, the great Mary Hamilton as Mayor Larry Vaughn, may he also rest in peace. And it has an absolutely incredible story, guys, and it was done so well, in my opinion. Like, the thrill of it was just absolutely sensational, and also a phenomenal musical score by my favorite composer of all time, John Williams, and like, it has, you know, great, you know, memorable moments in my opinion as well, and many memorable quotes such as "You're gonna need a bigger boat," and definitely a really epic climax, and in my opinion, guys, this climax perfectly wraps up the story very well, and this is why, in my opinion, Jaws didn't only need any sequels, being that, in my opinion, it only worked best as a standalone movie due to the shark being defeated at the end of the movie. It died, so what's the point of doing sequels, because the shark, the enemy, was defeated? So yeah, exactly. There was no reason for him to continue this, so yeah. As far as I'm concerned, guys, Jaws is a one movie alone, an absolute masterpiece, so yeah. But unfortunately, of course, 3 years later, this was of course deemed not to be, because a sequel to this movie was made behind the back of Steven Spielberg, who did not direct a movie, guys, and that of course was 1978's Jaws 2, which, in my opinion, has a few good moments. For example, returning cast from the first movie, and John Williams' music is also good as well, in my opinion. But this sequel, in my opinion, was extremely disappointing and was not needed at all, in my opinion. And I don't even know why they made a sequel in the first place, because the shark was defeated. So yeah, there was no point in doing a continuation whatsoever, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't know why they had to make Jaws 2. It was just not needed at all. And compared to the first movie, which in my opinion had excellent pacing, this movie was really, really boring, and I didn't even get, you know, what was going on, really. It was quite confusing, really, and it also felt out like a rehash of a first movie in many areas too. And furthermore, I also did not like the new characters introduced in the movie. They were nowhere near as memorable as the first movie's characters introduced, and furthermore, I also did not like how this movie also ruined Mayor Hamilton. I definitely did not like how they ruined him, because I feel like they really ruined him. I was disappointed about that. So it's because of his sequel, I like to pretend that Jaws is one movie alone, but of course, unfortunately, 5 years later, a third movie came out, guys, which of course was Jaws 3D. Oh my god, right? Jaws 3D, just when I thought it couldn't get any worse after Jaws 2, Jaws 3D was absolutely abominable. Like, I don't even know what I was thinking watching these sequels at all. Like, I mean, thankfully I didn't waste my money on these sequels, guys, because I watched all the films on Amazon Prime, you know, because I rewatched the first movie, you know, I rewatched this before I got on DVD for this, you know, and I still love the movie to this day, but watching the sequels was just painful to get through, in my opinion. I couldn't bear it. This movie was absolute trash, in my opinion. Like, one thing that I really hated was, you know, aside from it being totally unnecessary, I definitely hated the effects, because the effects were absolutely garbage, in my opinion, guys. They were so horrible to look at. And it's so sad that out of all the films, the first film has the best effects. Yeah, this movie, in my opinion, is a timeless classic which have the best effects out of them. And guys, this is 1975, and it has way better effects than the sequels. So yeah, that is just so sad. Yeah, the effects were just absolutely garbage in this movie, and it was also, once again, extremely boring as well. And once again, I could not connect at all to new characters. I thought they were very painful to get through, guys, in my opinion. And I also, as well, I'll think, you know, that I also, as well, did not like how it barely even acknowledged the first two films at all. The only thing it does to connect is because it follows the two sons of Brody. That's all it does, really. So, yeah, it's just stupid. And I think the idea of it taking place at the Orlando SeaWorld is also a bad idea and ridiculously stupid because Orlando is 30 miles from the sea. So it's impossible for a shark to even to swim into SeaWorld from the ocean. So, yeah, it's a very stupid move, in my opinion, to make it take place in the Orlando SeaWorld. And I can vouch for this fact because I've been to Orlando and I can confirm this. So, yeah, it's not possible at all. And yeah, Jaws 3D, guys, is just absolute garbage. Like, what the hell was Jaws 3D? Honest to God, like, I mean, I nearly shut it off, guys, because I was so bored out of my mind. But I watched it for your benefit if you're relying on me to watch the movie so you don't have to. So, yeah. And my advice is, please, for the love of God, stay away from Jaws 3D. It's just absolutely terrible. And yeah, because compared to the 10 out of 10 that I give to this masterpiece, guys, the first movie, I give Jaws 2 probably like a 5 out of 10. And I give 3D 0 out of 10. But then, of course, unfortunately, just when I thought it couldn't get any more worse, a fourth movie came out in 1987, guys. And, of course, that was, of course, none other than Jaws the Revenge. Oh, my God. This movie, guys, was utter garbage. And it was just so terrible, guys. It was this movie that literally killed the franchise, and it turned the shark movie genre into a dead horse, literally, because it was just so trash. And what the film does, guys, is like, so my biggest problem with the movie, guys, apart from it being totally unnecessary, is because when it comes to this movie, it does feature Ellen Brody returning, but in my opinion, this movie ruined her because I thought she was really whiny and annoying in this movie. I didn't like her in the movie. I like her more in the first movie than most, and somewhat in the second movie, even though I didn't really like that movie. But I really hated how this movie literally gives Brody the Alien 3 cliche, in which he's a beloved character that gets killed early into the movie and in a very stupid way as well. And what's also bad, guys, is he dies off screen as well. But yeah, thankfully Roy Schneider didn't come back to film the death scene, because yeah, this movie would have definitely ruined him if he came back to film the death scene. It would have probably ruined him a lot. And the way he died was just so bad, because he apparently died from a fate-induced heart attack, which has been brought on by his previous encounter with the sharks. But how is it even possible? Because he killed 2 sharks. Oh my God, this was just horrendous. Like, why? Just why? And once again, the movie had abominable effects for its time. Really horrendous to look at. So bad. And like, it's just also so sad that, you know, this movie had abominable effects compared to an older movie from 1975, which in my opinion has timeless effects that have aged really well. But yeah, Jaws the Revenge is just utter garbage. And there's plot holes everywhere, which are unbearable, really. And once again, I could not connect to the new characters at all. And plus, I also, as well, hated how Sean Brody gets killed early in the movie. So even he gets the Alien 3 cliche as well, but in a very gruesome way, which was just unbearable to see, really. Oh my God. So yeah, this movie literally killed the Jaws franchise, guys. Oh, well, to be honest, I just wish there was only a one Jaws movie. So yeah, I like to pretend, guys, but I live in a world where there's only the one Jaws movie, and I keep that way, really. So yeah, like, because I was bored of mind watching the second movie, but in my opinion, Jaws 3D and Revenge are just utter garbage, which are unbearable to watch. Just terrible. So, like, yeah, because I give the first movie a flat out 10 out of 10 masterpiece. One of my favourite works was Spielberg. I give the second movie a 5 out of 10 because I thought it was a disappointing, mediocre mess that was not needed at all. And I give 3D and Revenge absolute 0 out of 10. If I could give them below 0 out of 10, of course I would, but to be specific, 0 out of 10. So yeah, screw the Jaws sequel all the way. So as far as I'm concerned, guys, I live in a world where there's only the one Jaws movie. And This is the only film that I own, guys, on DVD, and I refuse to buy any of the sequels. Hell no. I am not buying any of those absolute pieces of trash, because they don't deserve to belong in my DVD collection. Hell no. So yeah, screw all of them all the way. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, guys, Jaws is only one movie alone, and I'm keeping it away. Like, honestly, the less said about revenge, the better. I mean, the fact that the shark wants to seek revenge is just so laughable, because that's how stupid it is, yeah. A shark seeking revenge. Since when do sharks in real life seek revenge? Honestly, that is just awful. And, like, laughably bad and stupid right there. So, yeah, honestly, right, screw the Jaws sequels. So, yeah. So, guys, this was me covering Jaws, a movie didn't need a sequel. So, yeah, in my opinion, Jaws is one movie alone, and I keep that way as a standalone movie, in my opinion. So, no drill, guys. Be sure to give this video a like. Also, be sure to let us know in the comments what you think of Jaws. Do you think it needed a sequel or not? Or in your opinion, tell me what you think below. And please wish Jigga Vega happy birthday like I did in the intro to this video. Or please, because today's his birthday, so happy birthday, Jigga. And also, be sure to join Team Prime by pressing subscribe for movies coming in the future. If you'd like to be a member, you can press join it if you're using a PC or laptop, or you can click the link below the description. And I'll see you all later.